Hey everybody, Richard here with CRG Games, and today I've got another commander deck for you. So this is courtesy of my friend Andreas. This is his Skithiryx, the Blight Dragon, or as many people call him, Skittles. And I find myself calling him Skittles every once in a while as well. So this is an Infect deck, and what Skithiryx says is he's a 5 CMC, that's 3 colorless and 2 black, dragon, skeleton. And he has flying, infect, and you can pay 1 black. He gains haste until end of turn, and you can pay 2 black, and you can regenerate him. So Skithiryx tends to be a bit on the difficult side to get rid of. You're going to need to use things like exile, because if he is killed due to combat damage or destroyed, you can pay 2 and regenerate. So definitely one that you got to watch out for. You only need 10 infect counters to defeat your opponent, so Skithiryx can go a long way to helping you win. So let's take a look at what makes this deck tick. We'll set him over here, and we'll start out with a Fatal Blow. There is a decent amount of removal and other things that give other creatures infect as well. So we got a 6th edition Fatal Blow, Dark Ritual, that is Mercadian Masks, one of my all-time favorite cards. Got Nim Death Mantle. This makes a creature a black zombie and gives it Intimidate and +2/+2. Definitely an interesting card. You've got Terror, bury target non-black, non-artifact creature, another removal spell. And we've got Crypt Gas. Extort is always something useful to have. Then you've got Vampire Nighthawk. Nice little Doomblade there. Ring of Zakthryd. That's from M13. Sword of Kaldra. There are some artifacts in this deck, some artifact equipments. Then we've got an Exhume. Each player chooses a creature card in his or her graveyard and puts it into play. That's kind of a nice one for 2 mana. You've got Endless Obedience. That has Convoke, so you can use your creatures to help pay for this spell. And we've got Gilded Lotus for some extra mana. A Manifold Key to help untap said artifacts. Then we've got Zombify to help return things to play. Ruinous Paths for removal. We've got Whisper Silk Cloak. That's very important. You want to get Skithiryx through, and Whisper Silk Cloak is going to help you do that. You've got Ultimate Price. You'll notice there's a lot of removal in this deck. It can be pretty painful. You know, Worn Powerstone, a Plague Mirror, also with Infect. We've got Nightmare, Cormus Bell. We've got Lash Writhe as Living Weapon. And it's got a nice ability down here. Its equip cost can actually be paid with life, and that's pretty important. Life is a resource, and you start with 40 of them, so might as well use them, right? Got a Sign of Blood, a Culling the Weak to add extra mana, Swiftfoot Boots, and then we got a Fire Streaker. If you have any equipment on Skithiryx and he becomes a 5/5 and you give him double strike, essentially, if he gets through, that player is going to lose. You've got a Dismember, which is a great card for removal because it has the ability to be paid with 1 colorless and then 4 life. So that's very important. Got a Phyrexian Arena, which nowadays this might actually be replaced with something like Black Market Connections, but Arena is still a solid card. And we've got Utility Knife, nice little 1/1. Then we've got a Diabolic Tutor to help you search things out. Ichor Claw Mirror, this has Infect, so that's important. We've got a Funeral Charm, a Demonic Tutor. Then we've got Lord of the Void, one of my favorite Gatecrash cards. Nice Languish. Now I remember when this, the first time I remember seeing this card was actually in Magic Origins back in, I believe, 2015. That might have been the first printing of it, at least the first one that I remember. And it's been reprinted several times since then, but it's always a great removal spell. It can be a removal spell. It doesn't necessarily remove everything, but if you've got a lot of tokens or a lot of small creatures, neg 4 and neg 4 will get rid of those. We've got a Make Obsolete, also removal. Got a nice Crux of Fate. Contagion Clasp. Executioner's Hood's pretty neat. And a good old trusty machete from Zendikar. We've got a Desolation. This one's rough. This is from Visions. It is an enchantment. And it says at the end of each turn, each player who tapped a land for mana during that turn sacrifices a land. If a plains is sacrificed this way, it deals 2 damage to that controller. That is a rough one. We've got Sword of Truth and Justice and a Profane Tutor. Rogue's Passage. Again, you want to get your Infect creatures through. Got a nice Lightning Greaves, Haste and Shroud. Tragic Slip, removal. We've got Howl from Beyond, +X/+0 until end of turn is always a great one, at instant speed. And we've got a Contagion Engine. Now this is kind of important because it has Proliferate, then Proliferate again. So if you've got this out and maybe you're only pinging them for, 1 Infect counter, this will help you to proliferate those counters. Then you've got probably his favorite card, and it's basically a meme at this point. Good old Hot Soup from M15. Can't be blocked. You got a Batterskull, an Unholy Strength, nice little Lotus Petal, help get things out early. And you've got a Cabal Ritual. There's enough ramp in this deck to get Skithiryx out relatively early, and because it has flying, a lot of people aren't playing flyers on their first or second turns. They usually come out just a little bit later, unless they have a Birds of Paradise, for example. But you can get them out pretty quick, especially with Dark Ritual. So you can start doing Infect damage pretty quick. Not damage, but giving people Infect counters. Got a Read the Bones and a Mortuary Mire. Nightmare Lash, 1/1/1 for each swamp you control. And since it's mono black, that can be pretty big. A nice little Sword of Vengeance. A Dark Favor. Mask of Absin gives a creature hexproof. And +1/+2. And a Livewire Lash. Crypt creature gets +2/+0 and has whenever this creature becomes the target of a spell, this creature deals 2 damage to target creature or player. So that's kind of nice because there are spells in here that you can, cast on Skithiryx to. There's several enchantments and things like that. You can deal additional damage to creatures or players. And then the rest of the cards in this deck are our swamps. I believe there are. Give me one sec. There are 40 lands, there are 38 swamps in this deck, so you've got absolutely plenty. And as usual, most of Andreas's cards are older, so we've got a lot of like 10, there's 10th edition there, 9th edition, Return to Ravnica, M15. Most things I believe he has are from like M15 back. There's a nice M11, M10, Lorwyn. Got the Odyssey, 10th edition again, Theros. There's Origins. Yep, 2015, I was right. There's Theros, Mirrodin Besieged. M15. There's New Phyrexia. Ravnica City of Guilds, Shadowmoor, and another Ravnica City of Guilds. Very cool looking lands. Basically historical lands at this point. So that has been a look at Skithiryx, the Blight Dragon. This is a fun deck to play. It's not necessarily as fun to be on the receiving end, but if you want to switch things up, it's pretty nice to try out, Maybe rule 0 it and just let people know, hey, I'm running a pure Infect deck, basically, and see what they say. That way you don't get some salt, because Infect does have the tendency to produce a little bit of salt at the table. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did like the video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. If you don't like the video, hit the down button. If you're not subscribed, I would appreciate if you do that. Helps me out, and I'm going to continue bringing deck videos to you and other things. And I just wanted to give you guys another little update. You'll notice that I've been listing videos a little bit more infrequently now. I've been spending more time on Whatnot selling. As many of you know, that this is my job right now. This is my full-time job. So I spend more time on Whatnot selling. I haven't been opening as much product because I'm not really doing as much on TCG Player at the moment. I moved all of my inventory over to the Pro Store, so if you see something on there you would like, they are available. I am going to be moving sealed product also onto my Pro Store as well. I like to do just sealed packs, so I probably am not going to offer any sealed boxes unless somebody wants to do a box break for the YouTube channel. But if you would like individual packs, and I focus on variety, so right now I've probably got about 30 different sets, 20, 30 different sets available. If you're interested in that kind of thing, let me know in the comments. I'll go ahead and list in there, and then if you'd like to purchase some, we can do that, and we can even open them on the channel if you want. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, I'll catch you later.